welcome back. Ando's here. Listen, tonight I'm going to show you guys a nice cut of beef that you can cook. That's basically inexpensive, about $5 a pound, called a London broil. It's like readily available at basically most of your grocery stores, already cut in your meat section. So give this a try. What we're going to do with this is jacarta this. And what I mean by that is I have a little meat tenderizer that's going to poke little holes into this. And I'll show you the video of that here in a second. But what we have here is about a nice inch and a half thick. See this? Nice London broil. Okay, inexpensive. But what we do have is the grain running through the meat. Okay, now we have a lot of connective tissue. This is relatively one of these cuts of beef that's cut from the top round, which is basically roast beef. When you see a carving station, it's what we use a lot up at the club, is top round for carving stations. It's basically roast beef. This cut is not your filet mignon. It's not $15 a pound. It's not $18 a pound. This is like $5-6 a pound. So give it a try. So I'm going to do this with a little porcini powder mixed with Kona rub, and we're going to do some cremini mushrooms over the top. So bear with me, and as always, if you find this interesting, do me a favor, subscribe and give me a like. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, here we are with this nice London broil. I'm going to check this out. What we have here is about 2.5 pounds, and we're going to jacquard this. And what I mean by jacquard is basically a French meat tenderizer, and this shoots like 48 little blades, razor sharp, into the beef. When you pound it, it's automatically cutting all that connective tissue. Right? You're going to scissor this, and it's very simple. Just take your jacquard, lightly tap it. You don't want to get too hard, it's going to stick. Both sides of the beef. And as you can see, it's cutting these nice little holes in there. Now what this is going to do is reduce your cooking time, but also what you have to be careful about is overcooking this, because this is going to increase your cooking time because it's releasing all your juices. And do that nice on both sides. Kind of noisy, huh? Anyway, what we're going to do now is marinate this. So bear with me a second. But see all these nice little scissored holes? Okay, now we're going to sear this real quick after we marinate it with our rub, and I'll finish the dish for you here in just a minute. So hang in there. We got the London broil tonight with cremini mushrooms, Kona, and porcini rub. Okay, guys, check this London broil out. Now that I jacquarded everything, we're going to just marinate it real quick. All we're going to do is put a little bit of olive oil on it. Both sides real quick. Just rub that in. Use my plate to just rub that oil around. Now I have my salt and pepper blend. This is a nice sea salt cracked black pepper. You don't want to be shy with that. Just load that on there. A lot of it will fall off in the pan. But you want that salt on there for that flavor. And what I'm going to do here is take equal amounts of porcini rub and powder. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Okay. On both sides. And you want to, not be shy with this stuff. Just get it on there, cake it on. This is going to look good. Oh man, this is looking good already. Now I'm going to take a little of that Kona rub on both sides. Okay. Now I have equal parts of seasoning, salt, pepper, and oil. Just want to rub this into the meat, and we're going to let this sit for about a good half hour before I sear this. Now that it's jacquarded and it has all these holes in it, we're going to sear this quick, pop it in the oven. This thing will take about, for the size of this beef, 2+ pounds, it's going to cook quick in about 10 minutes. I'm going to show you guys how to do this, so bear with me. I'll be back. Okay, guys, take a look at this London broil. This thing looks great. Look at that coat. I got a nice rub here. Porcini mixed with the Kona coffee and the brown sugar. Take a look at that. It just looks great already. But what we're going to do is sear this in some hot olive oil, which I have in my right pan. And in the left pan, we're going to take saute up some mushrooms, onion, roast some garlic with a little soy that we're going to put over this entire steak. And as you can see, the grains of the meat Now what we're going to do is cook this mid-rare and slice this on tranche, which means on the bias, about 1/4 inch thick. And we want that nice mid-rare and that Jakarta. You have to remember, poked holes in this meat, so you can't overcook this. It'll dry out quick because you have all those holes in there. To tenderize it, at the same time, you have to be careful cooking it. Looking good, so here we go. I'm going to sear this on both sides. I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes tops. And I'm going to tempt this to make sure I don't overcook it because that's very important. Now, on this pan over here, I have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to take my cremini mushrooms with my garlic and an onion on the plate in the pan at the same time. Keep this simple. On a medium heat. For that, we're just going to add your basic salt, pepper, a little crushed red pepper for some heat. Okay. Touch crushed red there. And as always, I have my chicken stock in the back over here, so we're going to use that, get a little sauce going. And turn the heat up on this London broil. I don't know if you can see this, but all the grains going through here, it's looking nice. All we want to do is get a nice coat on there, flip it over, pop it in the oven on a plate, and then we're going to finish it off. Look at that. Yeah, we're gonna, these mushrooms will soak up a lot of oil, so you're going to have to add a little as you go. The oil in the pan's already gone, so. Add a little bit more oil. And we're going to add a little bit of soy to this. With some chicken stock. And after I cook these down, this is going to go over my London broil. Just flip this London broil. It's been about 2 minutes. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that crust. Wish you could smell that. Smells good. I kick my heat up a little bit. Got that nice crust on it. Oh yeah. All that seasoning just melted into the meat. Alright, back over here. That color on those mushrooms. I'm going to kick that heat up a little bit. And again, guys, you don't want to overcook this because you did Jakarta it, and that is going to make you, it's going to tenderize it quite a bit. When you cut this, I'll show you what I mean, but don't overcook it at this point because once it rests, all those holes that you poked into it, it's going to bleed out quick. So you want to cook this a little on the rare side. So at this point, I'm going to take it and pop it on a plate and toss it in the oven. Give it another minute. I'm going to get a nicer crust on that side. My mushrooms and onion are looking good. Yeah. Tell you what we're going to do. Add a little bit of thyme to that. I like to use a little dry thyme. My veggies, just a little bit. I don't have any rosemary today, but I would be using a little rosemary in this dish. I'm going to have the roasted garlic with the cremini mushrooms, fresh thyme, soy, a little bit more oil. A little bit of sea salt. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Now check this out. I'm going to flip this over right onto my high heat plate, but look at that crust I've got on here. That just looks fabulous. Oh yeah. Now you're going to pop that in the oven for about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, and then we'll temp it. Get rid of this pan. Finish off these mushrooms real quick. Onions are looking good. A little bit of caramelization. We'll break those up. Okay. Turn that burner off. what we're going to do is deglaze these. A little bit of soy sauce. Doesn't have to be really expensive soy, just a little bit, not a lot. Oh yeah, the smell. Wipe it down a little bit. Clean as I go. Okay, check this out. Now we're just gonna let this sit. You can see the mushrooms change colors instantly, soaking up that soy. With the garlic and onions, this is delicious. And what we're gonna do, instead of adding any more oil or anything to this, finish cooking it, I'm going to add a little of this chicken stock I've got on the stove back here. Now I'm going to just turn it off and let it sit, wait on my steak, and we'll plate in just a second. Okay guys, this London broil is looking great. Well, check this out. Look at all that crust. Now we're going to temp it. I just noticed something unusual. On this thermometer, it says that temperature at rare is 140 degrees. That's wrong, okay? So this is at 137 degrees. That's a beautiful medium. Now 138. Temping it dead center, 140 degrees, okay? Nice and medium. So what we're going to do, let this rest a second. I'm going to slice this and we'll plate. Okay, guys, check this out. This is what we came up with. This nice medium, but I just took this and sliced this, put it on the plate. It's looking good. This stuff actually, since I jacarted it, I honestly probably should have undercooked this a little bit better, but you can just pull it apart. And just smother this with those mushrooms and onions with the roasted garlic and soy. It's delicious. Mangia bene. And as always, give me a like, subscribe. Till next time, manja.